All right. Shy on time. I definitely don't have time to go out in the woods around here and set up the cameras and film, but I might be able to squeeze one extra day before I take off. I'm not sure yet. And if I do, I might go out and blast off a few more emails because it's important right now, especially currently with a lot of these emails I've been receiving. But I have to pack. I have to leave, and this is my last big push until I can actually be home for a while. And then to all my valued friends out there that I have been in contact with a while, I will when I get back. But I needed this time away. I can't have this topic completely engulfing my life, and I don't. But it takes up a good chunk of time. But I have a lot on my plate, unrelated, on the go nonstop as well. But anyway, getting on with this. This man contacted me, and he asked me specifically to share his side of the story. Some of you may find it interesting, helpful. Some of you won't. Either way, no one's forcing you to be here. So anyway, let me share this right now so I can get on with my day. I got to get out the door. It's pouring rain out there. I don't know if you can hear it in the background or not, but obviously I'll throw in some background fresh video that I've been taking during the travels this past year, and you can gaze at that while listening to my words here. All right, so listen to this. Steve, let me start by saying thanks for letting me share this. It might help a little. It might be a little long, but in hopes it helps another. Here it goes. Growing up outdoors, I've seen and heard plenty of strangeness. Sasquatch Yeti has always been an interest, and I've had many encounters in the past. The first in the Redwood Forest and the next in others here in Alabama. I'm past believing, I know for certain. Recently leaving my job of 10 years during the panic of 2020, I started reaching out to researchers honestly wanting to share and get involved. One person that seemed to stand out, who looked like he was doing the work, was Todd Standing, the Discovering Bigfoot guy from Canada. I reached out to his people over and over, and eventually, when he visited Alabama, Talladega, I asked him to send him my name and number while he was there. His contact here locally, Michelle Jones, from the link, drove him to the airport, and he gave her my contact details. She called me 5 minutes after that, and all of a sudden I was plugged in. She wanted to visit my sighting spot and wanted me to join for research at another area, and I was stoked. To fast forward just a bit, a lot of activities going on at this other site. After the first visit, Michelle seemed like the perfect research partner. She was trained in military, Marines, and police, and with my outdoors experience and being more mystic in ways, it seemed like we had a good team. Our approach and outlook on this research was similar enough, and we were getting results fast. Something to note here is that I've always been a bit psychic. Now that doesn't make me special or weird because we all have the ability. If you pay attention to the subtler things, you get better at it, and over time, like anything else. Like when you can feel someone who's looking at you and you instinctively turn to find the eyes in a crowd. We've all had this happen. Same in the forest. In certain areas, you can feel eyes and sense someone else is out there. Following those clues, the forest masters, you can say whatever name, it's hard to do them justice, started testing me and taking me from clue to clue. Who knows? But I was shown places they lounge or gather outside. There was a sense of children and safety. Great wide and tall arches pulled together from little trees. It was some amazing and hard to believe stuff. It seemed like we were getting close. The full moon was maybe a day out and went back out one last time to this certain site. This time with no gear whatsoever. We went back out and headed toward the last parts left unseen. I felt pushed to go further and pulled since the last daylight was fading. Just as the forest went dark, we found our way to the top of a hill. This felt like the right spot. After a few minutes, I could see better than expected. Everything was sort of a green glow from the kudzu contrasted with the dark tree columns. The air shifted and the mist or fog started to move our way. I thought, here they come. My next thought was, you have no gear. Either decide to stay here all night and see what happens, or get out now and be more prepared. We left. It took a while, but we made it back to our ride/host. Tired and feeling a little wiped, we went back to what had become our HQ between sites. It was closer to sunrise by the time I could finally get some rest. Next thing, I was shocked awake by 2 gunshots. So close I could feel the air pressure and smell the powder. I jumped up and checked myself for wounds, expecting to find one. Across the room was Michelle. It took me a second to figure out that she was the one shooting. She was yelling, "He's trying to kill me." And then she fired 2 more erratic shots and ran out of the front door, down the street and inside someone's garage. The owner talked her out of the gun and the sheriff took her away. The state has her for attempted murder. Trial maybe next month. Not sure. You can share this last part if you decide. Everyone asks, why did she do it? I still don't even know the answer to that one for sure. Looking back, there was a lot of things said and done to suggest dark forces, or at least bad people, trying to capitalize on my skills and then trying to kill me when that didn't work. Either way, the location of those first 2 bullets seem impossible. Exactly where my head and chest would be. A person trained shooting from 3 feet away. Trust me, guardian angels and spirit warriors are very real, and I'll leave it on that note. God bless, and if you want to hear more about the psychic parts of it, might not be the thing for your channel, but that's for you to decide. It's more about the darker parts involving things like Dogman, missing kids, dark witches, Canadians, and then the good guys, heart people, Yeti, service to others type folks. Also, if you have any questions about the story or want more explained, just let me know. WWG1WGA. Alright, there you go. I read every word. And I got no problem sharing it with all the people out there as you requested. It's very fortunate you survived. I don't know how you survived that either. Why this person wanted to off you, I haven't a clue. I'm definitely not the guy who's going to come up with some answers, and I'm not going to guess any answers either. I mean, since I posted up that screenshot of that link you sent me online, if you go through some of the comments on there, you'll soon understand why I never read comments. Basically, I don't have time to either, but the shit people come up with in their brains is amazing when it comes to basically anything. But, yeah, what can I say to this and add to this for all of you out there listening to these words is, you got to be careful. I've said, since I've been addressing this topic to all of you, I have made it blatantly, openly clear there is much, much more going on than just the Sasquatch beings out there. And that is a fact. I don't know how many times I've said that. I'm sure there is probably a good handful of you out there who know this directly firsthand. Actually, I know you do. It's like the Sasquatch topic is just a gateway. It's a gateway to our actual reality, which has been hidden from us for a long time. We are being systematically lied to. We have been for a long, long time. And it's very, very clear. And I have some very, very intelligent people who've been contacting me for quite some time. And this all adds up to the frustration I have of the small group of mainstream faces and mouths that keep all of you completely in the dark of what's really going on out there. They keep you going in circles, focused to the same bullshit that they've all been circling around for over a couple lifetimes now. It's very, very clear and easy to see. I don't know. I'm on the fly right now. I have a lot on my plate. I've had a lot of significant emails come in. I've just had some time to crack open a few, and I have some more to share soon. It's very, very important. It'll shed some light to all of you what's going on. Yeah, so much to share, and unfortunately, there's a lot that I cannot share that's been shared with me. And that statement alone will piss off a handful of you who are intent on sitting staring at a screen demanding proof and answers and show us this and show us that. Meanwhile, you got to get off your fat ass and start digging and looking for yourself as well. Don't just sit there like a Wendell Lickers staring at a screen, all right? You need to think independently. You have to be intelligent. You have to open up your brain, and you have to listen to intelligent people, all right? And you have to, obviously you're going to have the craving inside your soul or wherever it is that wants to push you forward to get the honest answers of what's going on. I don't know why I have been selected in a possible way. I don't know. I mean, obviously I've known of these things for a long time, and I only came out openly about a couple years ago due to all of you, and I have a zero tolerance for douchebags and bullshit, obviously, and it's just time. It's time for the truths to come out, at whatever cost that may be, but I'm in. And there's a handful of people behind me that are in, meaning we're in. We're going to see this too through to the end. The amount of knowledge I've gained just this past year is absolutely ridiculous. And, when if you want people to trust you, you have to be trustworthy. And when very intelligent people contact you and share things with you, but at the same time ask you not to go public with that information directly from them, well, you have to honor that. You have to honor that. You have to be true to your word and have their back at all costs. And if they want to share some information with me in confidence and ask that I not go public with that, well, I can't share that shit with you guys. Do you understand? If you don't understand, well, you're probably on the wrong channel. Okay? But in the meantime, there is much being learned. Photographs, yeah. You wouldn't believe how many people out there actually have clear photos of these beings. It is significant. And many people out there are very guarded over that information. They're guarded over the beings that they have come to know over many years, and that is going on a lot more often and common than a lot of you realize. I don't push for the photograph evidence from these people. I think if I did, obviously they'd probably see me as a threat and would just chop me off from sharing with me as instantly. So I don't know. If your brain can't wrap around the fact of how much information is available, the proof you want to call it, I don't know what more is going to help you. There is clear video footage of these things available for you to look at, and if your brain looks at that and still cannot accept it, or still needs more, or still questions, well, that's going to be an issue that you have to straighten out with yourself. Okay? There is so much going on. It's overwhelming in a way. But we are definitely getting much closer to being able to share some hardcore facts with you, and you'll understand more. You'll understand more when those facts can be put together smoothly, directly, backed up, and it's going to get delivered. So anyway, bit of a babble this morning. I'm on 2 coffees, no breakfast, and I got to get my ass in gear, man. But there you go. Be careful, all right? Just be careful out there. Be careful who you contact, and be careful where you go and who you go with. I've had that drilled into me so many times this past year from people who I trust in my life, and they do not trust very many people, and they've been at this topic for a long time, and it's almost surprising to me when they mention of who to be cautious of. It's like, I'm just kind of like, what? Really? No shit. Crazy. But there you go. Just be careful out there, all right? Careful who you talk to, careful where you go, and above all, careful of who you share details with.